So I forgot. I still have a few more NRA survey responses to give. This is from the handout given to all candidates. Yes, I am one of them for Connecticut governor. Okay, this by the NRA, and let me elaborate on 4 of them. Number 13. Which best describes your position regarding issuance of Connecticut handgun carry permits even to ex-convicts? The right answer is B. I support changing current law to make it easier for law-abiding citizens to obtain a permit to carry a firearm. And I especially do this in the name of women. A woman who is an ex-convict, who is not allowed to protect herself, is maybe the most inviting to predators victim. Okay? When somebody knows that the woman down the street can't possibly have a firearm because she was just released from prison, that woman is the likely next victim. There's also the problem of anyone who has not shown a violent tendency, has done their time, is being judged as law-providing. They too need protection, and a lot of them had no offensive inclinations. An embezzler, never picked up a weapon. Accounting fraud, DUI. They're all crimes that evidence zero intent to commit mayhem. So I think misdemeanor and even felony confiscations are wrong. Ex-cons need self-protection as well. We need monitoring for all their possible upcoming offenses. Okay? Monitoring's a big deal. I have a video about the value of halfway houses for criminals. But once you're out, you should be able to protect yourself like everybody else. Number 14 is about the patchwork of local regulations within Connecticut for firearm possession. And the question is, would you support instead a uniform Connecticut law to avoid the confusing, conflicting laws? I would support that kind of legislation. But it should be minimal. Less law, generally better. Clearer. Sends an easier message, more easily complied with. I'd like the laws to emulate Vermont. And maybe we can start getting a regional set of freedom-protecting law. Vermont, year in, year out, has the lowest crime rate, despite having among the most permissive gun laws. Sales, carry, almost no restrictions on adults in Vermont. Why do they have such a low rate of violent crime? It's rate. It's not based on that they're a small state. They're a pretty safe state. And it's not based on there being all harmony in Vermont. You've got homesteaders versus tourists. You've got, property owners versus restrictionists like Bernie Sanders. There's a lot of reasons for there to be agitation. In some states, people wanting to fight one another. But it doesn't come to murderous assaults in Vermont, even though there's lots of guns out there. It puts a lie to those gun control advocates that say, oh, more guns is going to inherently result in more crime. That is not true. Number 15 says, would you support legislation to repeal Connecticut's current system, which is on background checks, and instead rely on the FBI's NICS for all firearm transfers? The current system being a bit haphazard, not uniform. I have a reluctant yes here. Yes, I would support the legislation, but I need people to remember the FBI messes up too. They mess up in Parkland. So reliance, real reliance on safety, is based not on any government institution, but instead on the community around you, the local police around you, and the community aiding police. I believe in citizen policing that helps. See something, if you see something, say something, is a good mantra. It keeps us vigilant, where the government eyes can't be everywhere and you wouldn't want them to be, where the government's police can't be everywhere and you don't want a police state anyway. Ladies and gentlemen, if you see something, say something, puts the community on alert, and it just may deter in the first place. Final one, number 16, is about the castle doctrine, about a duty to retreat, which is not the castle doctrine. Castle says, my home is worth protecting against invaders. I can use lethal force if such an invader comes into my home. I don't have a duty to retreat, and I support that. The reason why even a mild thief may deserve to be met with lethal force goes back to the Talmud. The teaching that if you let somebody come to steal from you now, he will steal from you again, and he will take your wife, and he will eventually kill you. There will be deadly force, and it's better used against him than against you. More importantly, when that doctrine is in place, it certainly deters. When a criminal knows that somebody in that invading house that he has his eyes on is packing heat and has the right to use it against him, he goes away. I would like deterrence to be foursquare in the eyes of those gun control advocates. Yes, a gun is a tough, fearsome offensive weapon, but it's the best defensive weapon we have, and our law should allow us to properly use them. I'm Mark Stewart, candidate for governor of Connecticut, looking to make a change here and now.